What's up, everybody? I'm coming to you today because I had an incident, and actually a couple of them, that I want to speak about because both of the incidents brought me to the Jay-Z line. Say, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. I got rich and gave back. That's the win-win. Now, in the context, because most people, that line went over a lot of people's head. The Jay-Z line means this. You can't rescue people from a condition you have not escaped from yourself. If you are drowning, you are not a lifeguard. You are another person in the water. The point is not don't care about poor people. The point is get yourself stable enough to be useful. I'm gonna say that one more time. The point is get yourself stable enough to be useful. Then your help has weight. When you build resources, knowledge, leverage, money, discipline, or influence first, you can give back without destroying yourself. That is the win-win. When you're escaping the trap and others win because you're now in a position where you have something real to offer. And the biggest case of this is how it applies in real life. A person often tries to help because they have a good heart, their guilt, their loyalty, their trauma, their family pressure, or their need to feel useful. But if they're in the same bad position as the person they're trying to save or help, their help usually becomes emotional charity, not actual rescue. And an example, two people are broke. One keeps giving the other money. Now they're both broke. Two people are mentally overwhelmed. One becomes the other therapist. Now both are drained. Two people are legally unprepared. One tries to guide the other one through court. Now both have made bad moves. People are drowning in bad decisions. One keeps stepping in to help. Now the helper inherits the consequences. That is not help. That is shared collapse. And the hard truth in all of this is helping from weakness often becomes enabling because you keep cushioning someone from consequences. And a lot of times we do this with our children. It's also a form of self-sabotage because you give away resources you needed to stabilize yourself. An idea of false leadership because you're trying to guide someone out of a place you have never escaped from. And then it's almost the mutually assured destruction because their emergency becomes your emergency. And even in the context of helping, you build resentment because you expected appreciation and then got into a point of where they are a dependent now. Good intentions do not create capacity. A person can care deeply and still be in no position to help. And the biggest thing in this is takeaway one. Stability comes before rescue. Before you can help effectively, you need some form of surplus. That surplus may be money, time, emotional bandwidth, legal knowledge, discipline, house stability, transportation, connections, wisdom from experience. Without surplus, help becomes sacrifice. And sacrifice without strategy usually creates another victim. Two, trying to save one at your level can pull you lower. If someone is in the same bad position as you, they may not need your sacrifice. They may need the same thing you need: structure, discipline, boundaries, and a way out. But when you keep stopping your own progress to rescue them, you delay your escape. You're not lifting them up, you're letting them anchor you down. And three, real help requires leverage. The strongest help usually comes after you've built leverage. When you are broke, you can give someone $20. When you are financially stable, you can help them get a job, pay for training, fund transportation, connect them to the opportunity, or teach them how to escape. That is different between temporary relief and real elevation. Four, some help is really fear of guilt. A lot of people are not helping because it's wise. They're helping because they feel guilty saying no. That's dangerous because guilt will make you pay bills you can't afford, defend people who keep making the same mistakes, absorb stress that is not yours, confuse loyalty with self-destruction, and call it love when it's really dependency. A drowning person doesn't become noble by handing their life jacket to another drowning person. They become dead weight. And even if you know me, one of the things I've said constantly is even a drowning man has to participate in his own survival. If you are attempting to save someone while you are drowning, you have two people that are drowning. There's still a way to help while you're not fully stable, but that help must have a boundary. You can offer information, you can offer encouragement, you can do a resource link, a one-time ride. You can actually learn to hold them accountable for the things that they're planning to do. You can offer them a referral. You can actually send them a soft warning if it's somewhere you've already been. You can actually give them a lesson that you learned from that place that you've already been. You can offer moral support without financial satisfaction. What you cannot do is make yourself the rescue plan. Support is fine. Self-destruction is not. So now, use this as a test. Can I help this person without damaging my survival, progress, obligations, or peace? If there's a no in any part of that question, the correct move is not guilt. The correct move is boundary. You can offer, I care about you, but I'm not in a position to carry this. I can point you towards resources, but I cannot sink myself trying to save you. That is not selfish, that is strategic, and that is a requirement in life. The line that Jay-Z spoke is about order of operation in your own life. You do not help the poor by staying poor. Say that one more time. You do not help the poor by staying poor. You do not help the lost by staying lost. You do not help the drowning by jumping in without a rope. You do not help until you have leverage first. You have to have an ability to help in order for it to be real help. Build yourself into the kind of person whose help actually changes outcome. Because when you try to rescue somebody while you are still trapped, you do not create a win-win. You create two losses.